Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. Today I'm just going to prepare my veggies and I'm going to make some stock and some soup and some pork belly. So first I'll start off by cutting some onions for the soup, the stock, and for some stir fry. So as always, we'll go over the menu first. And for lunch today, as always on Sunday, I'm going to have some sandwiches because I usually eat low-carb, keto-friendly lunches, except for the weekend when I have my cheat days, and I just have some sandwiches. So I have some ham and I have some chorizo. So then for dinner tonight, I'm going to make a stir fry with some chicken and some noodles, I think. And then for lunch tomorrow, I'm going to make some deviled eggs. Not with mustard, but here in the Netherlands, we usually make it with mayo and ketchup or curry ketchup. I'm doing curry ketchup. And then for dinner on Meatless Monday, I bought some ready-made chickpeas in a curry sauce. So I'm just going to have that with some rice or maybe some naan, because I have naan in the pantry. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to have some tomato soup with beef. So I'll prepare that in a little bit. But as always, I'll do my veg prep first, and then I make some other things. Let's see, then for dinner, Taco Tuesday, I'm going to make some pork belly tacos. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do a salad with some grilled chicken. And for dinner, I'm going to do some ramen with pork belly, and I'm going to make a homemade stock. Because that's from like the braising liquid from the pork belly, and I'll add some miso paste to it, chili oil, things like that. So, and then on Thursday we're at, I have some cauliflower left over, and I have some green beans, so I either gonna have some green beans or cauliflower. I'm thinking green beans, and I'll save the cauliflower for Friday. Just cutting up some leeks for the soup and the stock as well, and a little bit for the stir fry. Then for dinner, I'm gonna do some pork belly sandwiches, because when I make pork belly, it's just for me, so I just make a bigger batch because it's not worth making a small batch of pork belly, and I'll just use that in several meals. And I do have some rolls in the pantry that need to be used up, so that works out really well. And then for Friday, for lunch, I always do fish Fridays, so I have some salmon, and I'll probably do the cauliflower, otherwise I'll do the green beans, whichever I end up using on Thursday. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a rice bowl with some salmon, and I think I'm going to do some spicy green beans, like in some sambal. So I'm going to chop up some garlic. I'm going to leave a few cloves whole for the soup and the stock, because that's going to go in the pressure cooker, so I don't really need to chop that too fine. I can just chuck them in whole because everything is going to be blended for the soup and strained out for the stock. So, but I'm cut a few cloves for the stir fry. So this is today's video will be the last for a little bit for my Sunday prep day, because the week after next I'm going away for about a week, and I'll be coming back on a Sunday, so maybe I'll do a Monday prep day. I haven't decided yet, but definitely no next Sunday because I'll be in London, and the week after well, I'm preparing to leave for London, and the week after that I'll be in London. So we'll just see how that goes. Garlic done, onions done, leeks done. I have some celery left over. I'm just gonna chop the ends off. And this celery needs to be used up, so that's gonna go in the stock and in the soup. I don't need to cut it too fine, but... So yeah, if you have any suggestions for London, I'll be there a couple of days. I'll happily take some suggestions. Okay, I'll just take one of these bigger containers for basically everything that's going in the stock and the soup. Next up, some carrots. So I'll just trim the ends off. These are washed, so I'm not going to bother peeling them. And I'm just going to cut them probably finer than I need them to, but... So yeah, most of these are going to go in the soup, and whatever I have left over, I'll just throw in the stir fry. And then for the soup, I'm going to use dried mushrooms and some fresh ones. So I'll just take a few off. And I'll save some for a garnish. So that's that done. What shall we do next? Let's do some cucumber. I just have these Persian cucumbers. Those are my favorite to use. They're full of flavor. So I'll just do some slices. And then for the stir fry, some chilies. I might throw some in the tomato soup as well. Make it a little bit spicy. And I might throw some of the peppers in the soup as well. And I'm just leaving the seeds in because they're not super spicy. And here we have some peppers, a yellow and a red. I'm just going to cut them in little ribbons for my salad and for the stir fry. So I'll just take the seeds out. And I'll just cut them into little ribbons. And I'll do the same with this yellow pepper. And then next up we have some cauliflower. I'm just going to take some of the florets off. And then, like I said, I'm going to have some green beans for several meals. So I'm just going to top and tail a whole bunch of them. That is plenty. Just clean up real quick. Alright, I'm gonna put away what I don't need, and then I'll start on the soup and the stock and the deviled eggs and the pork belly. Okay, let's get the soup and the stock started. And if you hear some noise in the background, by the way, I'm doing some laundry to get everything clean that I need to take with me on vacation. So we'll start actually first by adding some oil to the pans. These are both preheated. And I'll just make the stock in one and the soup in the other at the same time. So I'll add some onion. And some of the leek, mostly the whites. I'll save a little bit of leek for my stir fry. I'll do a few whole cloves of garlic. So that's a few cloves in each of them. The mushrooms are going to go in the stock. And then the carrots are going to go in both. I'll save a little bit of the carrots for my stir fries. And then the celery is going to be divided among both as well. And then to the soup, I'll add some chilies and some peppers. I'll just add a little bit of salt to both. And I'll let that saute for a bit while I put these veggies away. So the vegetables have softened, so I'll just add a little bit of water. And here I have my pork belly. I just scored the skin. So I'll place that in the pot for the stock. Skin side down. I'll throw in my dried mushrooms. And then put on the pressure cook lid. Dragon spout optional. Make sure the valve is closed. And then switch this to pressure cook. And I'll go about 45 minutes. And then that's all done. I can strain out the stock and let the pork belly cool down. And then when I want to use it, I'll just cut a piece off and air fry that to get it nice and crispy. And then slice it further. So that's the pork belly. Then for the soup, I have some canned tomatoes, so just put that in. Just rinse out the can. And then here I have some beef stock that has some beef pieces in it. So I'll just add that. And this, you can slow cook or pressure cook, but since I have a pressure cooker, I'll just do that. So lid on, valve closed. And I'll just pressure cook this. This doesn't take as long as the pork, so I'll just do 30 minutes or so. So I'll just let that go. I'll clean up a bit and then I'll do the eggs. And for my hard-boiled eggs, I just hard-boiled these in the pressure cooker. 6 minutes and a 5-minute natural release. And then I cooled them down. So I'm just going to cut them in half and take out the yolk. There we go. And then to the yolks, I'll add a pinch of salt, a little bit of pepper, some mayo, and some curry ketchup. If you don't have curry ketchup, you can use some regular ketchup and just add some curry spices. I'm not going to add too much because there is sugar in here, and I try to keep my sugar down. So just mash that with a fork. You will need the egg yolks to be cooked through completely to be able to mash it. Give it a taste. I'll add a little bit more salt, just a tiny pinch. Yep, that's perfect. Now you can do two things. You can either pipe this, or you can just use a spoon. I'm going to put this in my lunchbox, so it's not going to look pretty anyway. So I'll just use some spoons. And there we have some Dutch-style deviled eggs. So now we're just going to wait for the soup and the stock and the pork belly, and then I can close out the video. So I'll see you in a few. And that's it, everything is done. I have my pork belly. I can just slice a piece off and air fry that to get it nice and crispy. I have my soup. I just mashed it to get it nice and chunky and thick because I didn't want to blend it because I have some beef in there already. So I just wanted to break it down a little bit. And then my stock, I just strained that, got all the solids out. So I can just put some chili oil in there, some miso, and that will be the base for my ramen. So if you like this, I normally do this every single Sunday, but next week I'll be on vacation, and the week after that I'll be coming back on a Sunday, so I might do it on Monday prep day. We'll just have to see how things work out logistically. So, but yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.